All right, obviously, one of the many games that we didn't get a chance to see at E3 2018 this year was Metroid Prime 4, which is a big one. Metroid Prime 4 is a game that many people have been waiting to see for many, many years. In fact, the latest Metroid game that ever came out on a Nintendo-based home console is Metroid The Other M, which was back, I believe, in 2010. The last Metroid Prime game that we ever saw was back in 2007, and that was also for the Nintendo Wii. It was Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Since then, I mean, we've thought that Metroid Prime 4 would have appeared earlier in the teens decade, but in fact, many of us didn't think there would be a Metroid Prime 4 at all. But as of right now, I mean, Metroid Prime 4 is something that many people want to hear more about, especially since it wasn't at the E3 2018 back in June. I mean, we did hear about it in 2017 at that year's E3, but there wasn't really any footage or gameplay or anything, or any like information about the game that was really revealed. In fact, as of right now, we're still in the dark about a lot of things, a lot of details regarding Metroid Prime 4. So that begs the question whether or not we're going to see Metroid Prime 4 in 2019. Will we see a trailer, footage, screenshots, or will the game itself be released altogether in 2019? If anything, I mean, it's possible that, we might actually see a reveal trailer at next year's E3 event, but that's something that isn't exactly promised. But for a fact that if and when Metroid Prime is released, either between 2019, 2020, or wherever, it's going to be huge, and it's probably going to be as big as the original Metroid Prime game was when it first appeared on GameCube back in 2002, because there was a huge gap between Super Metroid, which was released for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System back in 1993, and Metroid Prime, which came out in 2002, because many people thought that we was going to see a Metroid game for the Nintendo 64 shortly after Super Metroid appeared on the SNES back in 1993. And I believe that the length of time between Super Metroid and Metroid Prime was something that helped the game in terms of its success following its release. In fact, the original Metroid Prime game was probably one of the best games of the Nintendo GameCube period. In terms of popularity, it was up there with Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which also came out back in 2002. And Metroid Prime 4 seemed like it has the potential to be as popular as the original Metroid game was back in the early 2000s. So as far as this upcoming Metroid Prime game is concerned, Metroid Prime 4, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what we're going to learn about the game next year, because most likely it's a good chance that it could come out next year. If not next year, 2020. It's going to be interesting to see how much more we will learn about this game, what the plot will be about, what it'll look like, and how successful it'll become following its release.